Hello all. So in the previous session, we had a understanding about what is the meaning of a parameter, why do we require a parameter, and also we looked in how we can make use of parameter and calculated field together. In this session, we are going to spend some time to understand how do you make use of parameters in bins. First of all, let me just give you a scenario. Okay. See, when I say the parameter in bins, it is nothing but what I wanted to see is I just wanted to see a visual representation of a data, and that visual representation of the data should be grounded by the bins. Okay. So that's what I wanted to look in now. Now, to understand this in a better manner, why do we use a bin parameter first of all? Okay, so let me just give you a scenario. The scenario is very simple. Okay, suppose I'm asking you a question: how much time it is going to take for shipping the products? We do not know how many products are there in that particular organization or particular store. How many products are there, we do not know. First thing. Second thing is, for every product, the shipping time or the shipping how long it is going to take, right? So maybe if in my e-store, if I have a book, this particular book to get shipped, it might be taking some 5 days of time. You don't have to think too much about it. The simplest example that I can give you is, if you will uh, get 5 products in Amazon, all the 5 products is not going to be shipped on the same day. So every product will have its own shipping date, right? So if in case, if I will wanted to find out the shipping, I mean, like how much it is going to take for shipping the products, if I have to know this, what will I do in my Tableau is that I will only, what I have is, I have only a shipping date. Okay, in my Tableau environment, in this superstore data source, what I have is only a shipping date is there. Okay, now what I will do is I'll put a shipping date. Okay, and then I will just wanted to find out the shipping date for the categories or the subcategories, right? For the products only I will try to find out. So if I will put a subcategory here, how do and then let me just put my subcategory here. Okay, and let me change it to label. Okay, so yeah, let me just put my order date here, and then let me just try to change it to text. Okay, so what kind of information that I'm getting? This type of information only which I am getting for every category. It is just giving me some date of shipping or something is it is giving. Okay, so but this actually will not make any sense. When it will not make any sense is that, suppose I have a question like this. Okay, so what is the question is that, okay, now I asked you a question like how much time it is going to take for shipping the products. It's a very high level kind of question. How long it is going to take for the take for my products to ship. Okay, so it will just give me an average level of detailing. That's what it can give it. When we did it in our Tableau also with the categories, like shipping date and the category, when we did it, we could find out some kind of high level information, but definitely we did not get any information regarding for each product how much shipping day it is going to take. Okay, now I will just refine that. uh, I mean, that was the problem, right? So now this problem is there just because we have a high level information. Now what we wanted was that, suppose I have a question like, I just wanted to know from the visualization how much, how many of the products in my company is going to take 1 day as shipping date. Okay, 1 days for shipping, and how many products in my company is going to take 2 days for shipping. Okay, so what you need to do is that you need to have separate containers. Okay, so if you take 1 day as one container, in this 1 day container, you need to have all the products which is going to hold the, which is going to be shipped in day 1. Okay. So to understand this in a very clear manner, okay, now what you have is that, okay, so now this is your e-commerce store. Okay. So inside your e-commerce store, what you have is basically you're having some products like, for example, I have a mobiles is there. Now I have a phone is there. Then I have a laptop. Then I have accessories. Okay. Then I have accessories. Then I have clothing. Then I have books. Then I have stationaries. Like this I'm having. Okay. These are the items which is there in my e-commerce company. Okay. So this is my store. Okay. So these are the products which is there in my store. Fine. Now, what I wanted is that the question from me was very clear. Okay. Which product, how many days to ship? Okay. This is what I want to find out. Okay. Now, what I wanted to do is that if I have to find out an answer for this question, I need to segregate this. How I need to segregate this means I need to segregate like this. Okay. So there is a container like this. There is a container like this. There is a container like this. Okay. Now what I have is, this is my 1 day container. Okay. And then I have 2 day container. So this is my 2 day container. Okay. So like this, you can just imagine it, right? Like, this is my 1 day container, and this is my 2 day container, and this is my 3 day container. All right. Now what will I have is that I just wanted to keep in 1 day. In 1 day, I will ship my books, and then I will ship my clothing. Okay. Like this only you wanted to have your visualization. This is the idea. Okay. So when I have to have this kind of setup in my visualization, how can I do this means, this containers, what you see here, right? This containers, what you call it as a bin. Okay. So now for the question, how many products can be shipped in how many days? Like, 1 day means 5 products are there. 2 days means 7 products are there. 3 days means 8 products are there. Okay. Like that, you can give a number in your visualization. Okay. So that will be a better way to answer to this particular query. Okay. So now if I have to answer to this particular query in this manner, what I wanted was that I just wanted to have a bin first of all. Okay. So once I segregated like this, I can be able to give an answer to that question very clearly. Okay. So now this bin is what you call it as, this containers is what you call it as a bin in your Tableau. And we have discussed about it earlier, right? So this is the meaning of a bin. Now, what I want is that, first of all, when we have to, in the container, I wanted to represent it as days. First day, second day, like this, I wanted to segregate it. The containers needs to be segregated. But if you would take, I showed you, right, in your superstore data, what I showed you was there was a category and there was a order date. Okay, shipping date was there. So which means there was a date which was available to you. Order date and shipping date is there. With these two things, I can find out the number of days. Okay, so I will make use of these days first of all, and then I am going to create my bin. You're getting my point now? Okay. So this is the whole idea. So the use case or the scenario is the considered use case. This is the use case. And for this use case, if we have to solve it, how we can solve it means this is the way we can solve this particular problem. Okay. Now, for once you have created a bin, for that corresponding bin, I'm going to apply my parameters. Okay. So let's see how we can do all of these things. Okay. Clear? Fine. Now, first of all, let me just talk about what is this date difference. What is that function basically? See, all of us know that the date difference function in Tableau will take care of finding out the difference between the any dates that you give in the form of day, year, date, and month. If you give any dates, it is going to find out the difference between these two things. Okay. So now how you are going to find out the days means, if you would subtract shipping date from the order date, you're going to get how many days it is taking for shipping a particular product. Okay, so that's the idea. So that's why we have created data difference. Okay, now this is actually not existing in your Tableau. So we need to first of all create this as a calculated field. Once you have created this as a calculated field, for this calculated field we will create a bin, and for that bin we will apply the parameter. Okay, understand this clearly. This is the flow. Okay, now in case if you want to create a parameter in your bin, what you need to do is, first you need to create the parameter, and then you need to use the parameter in your calculation, show the parameter control, and you can use the calculation in our view. Okay, so this is the steps. Now let's go and see how we can perform these things. Okay, so let me just drop everything of this. Okay, now what I wanted to do is that, first of all, what I want is, I just want a day, correct? How do I get the day means, first I have to create a calculated field. Okay, so what is the calculated field that I'm creating is date to ship is the calculated field that I am creating. Okay, so what I wanted to give in this calculated field is, I just wanted to find the date difference. Okay, what date difference I wanted to find out? I just wanted to give it as a day, and considering my order date. Okay, order date, and then my ship date. Okay, order date and ship date. That's the explanation I gave you, right? All right. So now a calculated field is created. So this calculated field will take care of finding out the date difference and the shipping date. Okay. Now you just click on OK. Now we have the days to ship. If you want to see this, you can just see what is there in your days to ship. Let's put the category also to have a better understanding. Okay. So that's how it is giving me the sum basically. Okay, so it's just giving me the sum of the furniture, how many days it is going to the furniture is going to take 8,310 days to ship. Similarly, office supply is going to take this. Okay, so it's very clear that it is giving us a sum now. Okay, so let's drop these down. So our calculated field is working fine. Okay, so now yeah, our calculated field is working fine now. Now next thing what we need to do is, for this particular calculated field only, we just wanted to create our bin. Okay, so because according to whatever value you are going to get here, based on that only you are going to create a different containers, right? So what I'm going to do here is that I will just try to create a bin for this measure. Okay, so now create, and then I'm just going to click on bins. Okay, so now you can see that there is a bin called as day to ship. This is the symbol for your bin, and days to ship it is there, and one is the value is there, and it is taking my range of values automatically. Okay, so that's fine. This is okay. Okay, so now our days to ship is there, bin is there. Now how do I want to perform the visualization? I just wanted to perform the visualization with this bin. Okay, and in another value what I need to have is that I need to have the count of your days to ship. Okay, so this is the measure, and for this measure I do not want to see the sum, rather I wanted to see the count of it. Okay, so this is the way I wanted to create my visualization. Okay, so this is a histogram basically, and whenever we are building your histogram, we need to do two important things. first is always we need to take a count of it rather than a sum. Okay, because we want to know how many instances is going to fall into our bins. Okay, so that we need to know. That's the reason why we are specifying it as count. Okay, fine. Now everything is set up now. Okay, now we have created a bin, and then in that bin we have actually have the count of days to ship. It is, everything is there. Okay, so when you have a 0 day, it is um, when it is a days to ship is 0, which means the same day delivery. There are 519 products are there. Okay, and yeah, so 1 day is the day, and you can have 369 like this. It is actually showing me the values. Now what I wanted to do is that I just wanted to have a parameterized bins, right? So uh, parameterized bins, actually what you can do is that yeah, let me just go to my bin. Okay, see, I just wanted to show to all of you. Okay, see, most of the cases what happen is that you can actually, here itself you get an option like creating a new parameter. Okay, but for me there is a issue here, so I'm not getting an option like creating a new parameter. Okay, so what I will do is that I will just take this parameter, like top customers as the parameters itself. And once I take this, okay, so probably we'll just keep it as enter a value only, and then we have to create a, okay, anyways, even if it is not working, let me just clarify the points for you. So you will get an option here like create a new parameter. Okay, so you can create your parameter from here. Okay, otherwise just days to ship, and then what I'm going to do is creating a parameter. Okay, so now that I have created a parameter, okay, this is the parameter name which is there, it's fine. Now the data type is going to be float, and then let's have the current value from 1 basically. Okay, and then this one we will keep it as a range, and minimum is 1, and then maximum is 8 is there. Okay, fine. So yeah, then we can add the values from superstore. Okay, which values I need to add is the days to ship. Okay, now click on OK. Okay, so now that we have created the parameter also. Okay, fine. So now you can just show your parameter here. Okay, so it is just showing it from here, and you can see that there is a float value which is changing its things. And yeah, so that according to that your visualization actually gets changes. Okay, so this is the meaning of your creating your parameterized bins. Okay, so the slider is there, and for the parameter control, and it does make sense of what we are showing. Okay, so you can actually edit your parameter control also, just like how do you do it with a filter. Okay, likewise you can do the editing also, you can perform it. Okay, so if you want to edit your parameters, you can just go ahead and then you can do your editing also. Okay, now it is showing the current value as this one. And yeah, so let me just click on OK. Okay, and yeah, okay. So this is the way you can actually make use of parameters in your bins. Okay, so I hope you got an idea of what is the meaning of parameters in bins, and also the use case is clearly understood for you to get an idea of what exactly we tried to do with the parameters in bins. So there are multiple ways that you can make use of it in order to help or aid your audience in terms of I mean, not only seeing the visualization, but also having an understanding about the visualization. So there are multiple ways that you can do it. And one way that we looked into is by making use of your bins. Similarly, we can do it for our reference line also. So let's see about the reference line in the next session. So that's all I have for this session. Thank you.